Okay, so now we're going to get into the next center. This one is nice and homogeneous. I think all these colors are the same. It might not be. There's so many shades of green. I can tell this is a different shade from this. And, well, as I look at it, I think this might be a different shade from this, which means there's a gradation of green. So I'm going to look to see, this is the right color. This is also the right color. This is not. So I'm going to look for something that has a gradation between this darker green and the slightly lighter green. So let's see what we can find. This matches with this over here. So something like this, where I see two different gradations, but this is lighter than this, so I don't think that that's what's doing it. Maybe something like this, but that's even lighter still. Well, I'm looking at this guy over here. This has two forms of dark green. Much darker, which correlates with this, I think, and lighter darker, which correlates with this. So let's see if maybe we can roll that in. So I'm going to roll this to here. So actually what I see is this does match this color pretty well. So I'm going to juxtapose this to here, just with the theory that this actually matches into the color over here as well. So this is where looking at pictures might actually be useful. Okay, so there that is, and I might as well try to get these guys around as well.
I want that to make video.
Okay, so they're going to be more solid greens, like I like this. So this is the proper color here, but there's a gradation, maybe with this. See how this sort of has a, so maybe there's sort of a pulling process with this over here. Maybe I'll just keep that there. Okay, and I see that this likes to match with the blue here. So do I have a green of this shade that has a gradation with blue over here? And that could tell me how to rotate this, because there's different shades of blue. Okay, so let's see. Is there like green and blue that belongs here? Or maybe I'll just keep it like this and see where things go. Let me see. So this is where a lot of the challenge is going to come from. Maybe not so much the solving, but just the sorting out the colors. Okay, so green and blue, that's what I'm going to look for. Let's see, here's another different gradation of green, but I don't think that that's the case. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Already there. Okay, I might be completely wrong in what my assumptions are. Alright, is this a gradation of green and blue? Is that green that I'm seeing there? I don't think so. Okay, so maybe I'll abandon that. I just would like to make sure I get to the right setup for the center. Well, look at this. So here's green and a little bit of a blue over here. So I'm going to go by that theory. And let's move this to here. So move this out of the way of that other side. So I'm going to see if I can't put this in. And this might even inform me what that other color is. Okay, going to move this to here. You can tell that this is not the right type of green. And let's see. Let's move this down. Move this down. Let me see. Boom. This will bump this out of the way, so that's okay. Move this up. And then move this back. Splat. Okay, so we see this blue kind of matches this. I'm not sure which rotation this actually belongs with. But we'll keep it here because I see a gradation over there. So good, because this green correlates with this green. this green correlates with this blue. And I've got this green correlating a little bit with this, and it just depends on how far that green is going to go. Okay. Now the solid green that I had, which is this, I think I still can use that. I don't know if there's a green and silver that I can use, but I think eventually I'm going to have to use this along in here. So let me turn this over here. And then I'll move this in, and then turn this back like, oops, so, boom. Okay, so I'm just trying to build a template for what this is going to be. Now how about you over here?
It's gonna be so cold. You know, the worst part.
And we're working on this side here. Okay, so let's see if there's another green that goes with this. Let me see. Even if it's not, I mean, there's got to be some green here. Then I can see what else fits. Like this, I'm pretty sure should probably be around here because there's no other blue. So this will be a green and yellow, perhaps. All right, there's this over here. Now, what green does this match up with? Move this over here. I'm going to blast this into here. Okay. Now what's interesting is this, I think, goes to here. So let's actually move that in. Okay, got to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Turn this here. And luckily, if I mess it up at this point, I haven't committed myself too much. Okay. So there's that theory. Here's the thing though, this green is pointing very far from here, so maybe I need to swap these two. That's kind of my suspicion. So let me move this in like thus, move this to here, move this back to here, move this like so, and move this down to here. Okay, I like this because these two seem like they may correlate with a pattern that might be happening here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can't fill in these guys because this is going to maybe cause things to make more sense. Maybe I'll just go. Oh. So now what we want to do is I'm going to try to get these pieces in over here. This one seems to be clearly a solid green of the same color, so I think that that's something I can work on, and I think this one might serve that function. So what if I move this in like here, and like that? You know, I'm actually going to move both of these in anticipation of the future. Let's move this out, like so. And then we will move this guy back. Both of these back, like thus. And then move this back in. Always being cognizant to not destroy all the work that we did with this guy over here. Okay, so we like this over here. Now let's do this guy over here. What would this one look like? So this, what would you look like? Now, this has a blue thing over here, but this may end at a sharp edge here. So I'm going to say it too has two gradients of green. You've got a dark gradient which matches this gradient, and a lighter gradient which matches this. This is also a light gradient here, so this light gradient matches here, here, and here. This dark gradient matches here. So I'm thinking we've got either something with a little blue, but two colors of dark and light green. So let's see if we can find something that suffices with that. I could be wrong with my assumptions, and I'm thinking maybe I should have had a picture of this, but let's see. This, nope, that just has one gradient of green. Anything here? No. How about here? No. Maybe even along here? Nope. There's a couple gradients of green here and interesting patterns. I'm going to say no, though. Unless I see a blue in here, I'm not going to do it. Okay, let's just search all around. Because that's what I'm going to be doing mostly with this puzzle, is searching. And if I don't find that, then I've got to think of something else. Maybe it is this, actually. I've got another one here. Okay, I may be retreading where I've been before. Okay, I'm thinking maybe I need to abandon that notion. Here's a blue and green. Let's see, here's two dark greens, two light greens. Okay, let me do this step by step so I'm not missing anything. So I'm looking for two gradients of greens, and it could be very subtle. I don't see it here. I don't think I see it here. Certainly not going to see it here. I don't see it here. Don't see it here, but I got this guy. Don't see it here. And I don't see it here. Okay, let's go to the bottom here. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, what are you? Who are you? I think this is one gradient, but I'm going to keep this in mind. No, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, it seems clear to me that I'm not going to find what I'm looking for with that. So I just have to make a call regarding what I think it is. Okay, so I'm back to here. And it's the very unevenness of these colors. Daisy, no. So I'm going to say, let's do a dark green. So I did all that only to find that I think maybe it's a dark green that I'm looking for. Okay, I know I found a bunch, like right over here. Okay, let's bring this all around. Turn and turn. Okay, let's move you into position to go to here. Okay, what's the best way of doing this? What's the best way of moving this? I want to do that without moving this guy here. But what I'm going to do is let's move this in like so. Okay. Now I want to move this out without affecting the other pieces here. So let's move this out like thus. And now when I move this back, I got to make sure it doesn't interfere with any of the other pieces. That would be a shame. Move this back. I think we're good. And move this back. Up, 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 up. Something moved here that I did not want to move. Yeah, that moved this out of the way, so that was not good. So I think all that means is maybe I'll move it again. And again. What I'm trying to do is definitely get all of these pieces so that they're not going to be moved out of the way. Okay, now let's move this back. Like so. And then we can make a long journey to get this guy back. 3, boom. Okay, this is okay. So now we look at this. Now you can see that this is pretty irregular in terms of what the color looks like. Is this correct? Well, the problem is that these colors aren't, they're not set. So for all I know, this could be sort of the shape of it. So I'm going to say the majority is here. I tried to find one that had other colors in it, like a light green. I didn't, so I'm going to say that this is most likely to be what has to be here. Okay, so let's take a look at maybe this one over here. So this one once again has two gradients. This has a light green here, a light green here, and a dark green here. So there's almost like a crisscrossing. Here's an interesting crisscross pattern over here. And I'm wondering if that would suffice, if that goes into here. Well, let's see how that looks. It just happens to be here. But it has an interesting crisscross because this light is in the middle, this dark is over here, and this light is over here as well. It's almost like two light greens coming across each other, which is interesting. So anyway, let's move this in. Variations of my sliding U technique. Okay. Okay, do we like this in this position? I think I'm going to say that we do. Okay, now I have to comfortably move it out to where when we move it in, it's not going to be a problem. So let's move it out a couple times here. 1, 2. Just like that. Okay, now we move this back in. Like, whoop. Back in like this. Like so. Ooh, all these little pieces running into each other. And now let's move this guy back in here. 1, 2. Okay, these tiny little cute little two pieces are fine. The center is still okay, so what do we think? So this looks really interesting because I see this is continuous with this is continuous with this, and you can see the line of where that side is, or the pseudoside, so we like this. So we're kind of liking where this is. This we're not sure of. This I like. This one looks really nice and symmetric. So now we can do these two over here. Now what's interesting is I see two little flaps of light green here and a dark green over here. So my thinking is that this one might just be a light green. I think that this line represents where the dark green ends. And it's possible that there's a light green with a little slip of dark green as well. So let's see what might qualify. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, how about you? Look at this. Two light greens and a dark green. Just happens to be over here. So let's move this in like so. We'll move this out. Move this back in. And move this across here. Okay, that looks interesting. That looks pretty good. I think it's the best of all worlds because you've got this slicing across here. All right, so that looks pretty good. The easiest I'll save for the last, and that's this, and it's going to be two dark greens. I think I'm pretty, so you got this here too, but these fit pretty well, I think. Okay, so here's dark green, so let's just see if we can't move this into a position that we can use. Let's let it make a little journey here. Okay, this to slide into here. It might be easier if I move this out of the way. Okay. Okay, now I can move this to here. Move this up to here.
Do you know where Daisy is?
With me.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll move this to here. Oof. And simply move it down. We're gonna impinge on this side over here, so I gotta be careful. So that means I've gotta move it in. Bump this out of the way. And move this back. So we gotta be very vigilant with every side that we're doing. Okay. Every time making sure I didn't accidentally take that out. Move this to here. And move this in. Okay, so I think we're well on our way. Now, I don't know that it happened, and I think it might have, but this green sticker is not there anymore. Now I make sure that my hands have no oil, no grease. They're nice and dry. Or maybe it never had it. Maybe I just didn't see it. But anyway, Nathan, sorry if it was there and it's not there now. I honestly can't see where it may have been. I'm just kind of looking around. Again, I'm very nervous about supergluing these things, but in any case, this looks like this is pretty good. This is under suspect, but I'm going to keep it there for now. So the next step is going to be to put these guys in here. So let's hit the areas that are closest to this center because that's going to be the hardest to put in, I think. Okay, so what goes along over here is probably just going to be greens. This is going to be greens all the way through, dark greens. Here and here, and I'm going to say that this also seems like it's just going to be dark greens all the way across. So I think we're going to have a nice gradient of greens. Okay, so let's find some dark greens. Now I think what I can do is I can pre-assemble my dark greens here with dark greens on both sides. Do that over here. Just kind of fill in these chunks over here. And then kind of do it the way we were doing before. Okay, so let's find pure dark green slivers. Right over here. And let's just go ahead and pre-assemble this. Well, you know what? It's got to be here. Yeah, here. So that's not it. Oh, am I making a false assumption? Does it not exist? And this is one that is just above these larger wedges. Here, no. No, not this one because it's got to be just above this larger wedge. Well, I can't seem to find one. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Right over here. Got it right here. Okay, so let's see if we can fill these in and then put them in where we want it to be. Look at this. It's a little tiny sticker. I don't know where you came from. I don't know. Anyway, here. So this one goes into it. I lost track of where I'm going. So if this wraps around, it's not going to interfere with anything here, so that's good. I think. Oh, it'll interfere with this. But let's put it in just the same. I'm going to have to bring it somewhere else. So let's bring it to here. Bring it to here. And I'll bring it down to here. You know, there's a bunch over here too, so I won't be hurting for any. Okay, that's still not quite where I want it to be. Bring it to here. Bring it to here. Oh, you know what? There's this too. So there's a couple. Okay, I don't think this one is meant to be. I did see a couple of others, like this guy over here. So let's turn him like that. And, okay. We'll just move these in here. Actually, there's two. I'll move two of those in. Oh, it's not this one, though. It's this one. Okay. move this back down. Make sure I didn't destroy anything. And we'll have to move this into place. Oh, okay. Here's where you went. This goes here. Still looking, make sure I didn't destroy anything. Good. Okay, move this down to here, and let's hope that this one is where it needs to be. Okay. Okay, that's good. Nope, that's not good. I keep missing the mark by quite a bit. All right, how about one of you guys? Okay, got it. All right, so this is in here. Once again, good and good. Okay, now I just need to find one that goes into here. Let's move this up like so. Okay, so I'm looking for another green one. Maybe this. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Now am I moving something out that I ought not? No. Okay, so I've got all these in. And this was designed to come into this spot here. So let's move this out of the way. 1, 2. And we'll wheel this into here. 1, 2. And then let's wheel this back. 1, 2. Okay, so I have these guys in here. Now I'm wondering if I should break tradition and just go with this. The other thing I'm wondering is I don't know that this green is the right shade. It's looking a little light to me. So before I move on, I'm just going to make sure that that is the correct shade of green. Okay, so I actually redid this. You can see this is a darker blue, so I feel better about that. Here, I think these were the darkest blues I could find. Not 100% sure, but after fiddling around with it, decided that that was going to be my best bet. So I'm just going to flip this back over to here. And now we're going to start working on this side. I happen to find these guys over here. I just wanted to put those in place just so that we know where those are. I think what this is going to be is this is going to be just a straight green. And I think these are going to be where things are going to get different, or two shades of green. So this is going to be the lighter green, and I saw a bunch of those, of which this is one, I'm sure. Let's see how this looks here. And this will be wound through here. This probably suffices right over here. Okay, so before I put this in, well, let's just see. Let me just move this in to see. Oop, wrong side. Wrong side. I think it's going to be this guy here. Okay, so let me turn you over to here, and then I'm going to wheel this around to here, and I see that that's perfect. Okay, do I like this, and I don't because I think I need more gradation here with the greens. Okay, let's get these guys back. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this piece, but I'm looking for something that has a dark and a light. So maybe something like this. Let's see if this flies into there. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And let's bring this over to here. Maybe to here. Okay, let's move this guy out again. Now actually, what I'm trying to do is move this to here. So let's take this back out again here. Move you to here. See if it even works. So this does want to go to this side. So we know that that's the case. So I'm just going to wrap it into that area, wind it into that area. I go like this. This doesn't seem to want to go to here. Although you think it would. It seems to want to go to here. Oh no, okay. I think it's a matter of moving it like this. And this will, I guess, move to here. Here and here. Why am I having a difficult time maneuvering it? Well, let's see. Oh, because it's in the wrong layer. Okay, so it's not this one, but it's something like that one. Maybe it's the one that goes just below that. Okay, so this is going to be juxtaposed here, 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 or here. None of these guys. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So this is what I've had to do with this whole puzzle so far, is just go to these areas and see if I can find layer by layer of what I'm looking for. It is labor intensive, but that is the challenge. Nope. Nope. You? No. You? No. Nothing here. Maybe it's already among us. Maybe it's already here somewhere. No, no, and no. Once again, to not lose sight of what I'm doing, I'm looking for this. And I don't think that this is correct. Now, while I'm here, why don't I see if this one can make it down to here. So see, this looks a little darker than it should. Well, let's move this in for now. Bump this out of the way. Oop. Move this back. Like so. And move this in. Okay, so we're liking the homogeneity of the screen, but this one I just don't like where it is. So I'm just going to keep looking until I can find that piece, and we'll know that it's in when I see the different gradations of green. Let me just look all around the puzzle to see if you know what I'm talking about. If that is the case, but I'm very convinced that I think it is. This is a possibility, but that looks more blue than green. Or maybe you just have to abandon that theory. This is in the wrong layer, I think. Yeah. Okay, where are you? What about you? What about you? Maybe maybe you belong there. Okay, so let's not lose sight of any of this. Let's move you all the way down here. A little closer down to here. Okay, let's see if you will find a home to here. Oh, lost sight of it. Right here. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So if I were to move this guy like so, first get it lined up. Aha, not bad. Okay, let's move this out. This one layer out. Then we move this back like this. Make sure we didn't destroy the first layer, and then move this back over here. Okay, now I'm going to keep this here too. So what I like about this is we have a gradation here. So yeah, so I like these over here. Okay, so what we can say is with this layer here, this is good and this is good. And now I think maybe we're going to go through here. And what belongs over here? What tiny little piece can we put in over here? That looks like it's just going to be a dark green. And maybe it's a biphasic dark green, because understand this is going to come over to here. So we're still very much into the whole green thing over here. Okay, so it's operation get this tiny little green one in, and let's see if I can find it. So just so that I'm sure of the side, it's the one that's just abutting these corners here. So if I look at these corners, I'm just going to look and focus on these areas here and see if I can find green ones. Any green ones that catch my eye right away? This, but it's I think it's too light. Yeah, this is sort of in the dark green category. Okay. Too light, I think. Aha! Green. I like it. So let's see if we can't move this guy in. Now there's a couple greens here, so I'm going to see if I can move all of those in. This takes me far away from the center here. Okay, are you going to do it? Well, let's see. Both of them will be pulled in. Perfect. I like it. Okay, I got to be careful because when I move this out, I don't want this one to enter into that layer. So let's move this out. Before I move this in, I've got to be absolutely sure that I'm not taking out anything that I don't want, and I'm not. Okay, good. So now it might be fairly obvious, but in the midst of it, I just don't want to mess around with it. I don't want to trust my own quote-unquote instincts with this. All right, we still good here? Yeah. Okay, so that looks really good. That looks good over here. I'm liking that. So I'm looking at this whole thing. So this whole thing is in. And I guess I might as well go for this one. So this is going to be just a straight green. And I think I know what I need to do with that. By straight green, I mean it's going to be kind of a light green. It's going to be something like this. So I think it's going to be this one. And I think what's going to come through here is it's going to be greens all around. So green and green. So these two are both going to be greens as it wraps into here. And that's because when it's here, this is the same shade. And this is kind of the same shade here. So I would imagine this is the same shade over here as well. And it gets a little different as you get to this area. Okay, so long story short, they're all going to be the same shade here, and I think in my journey I saw a whole bunch of them. So I'm hoping it shouldn't take me too long to find them again. But I don't always make a mental note of everything that I see. How about you? No? That's an interesting one. No, that's not what I thought it is. It's not this, I'm quite sure of that. Okay, how about you? Too light, just right, but it's not in the right layer. Look how dark that one is. Okay. None of those. Are we sure this one doesn't work anywhere? Let me line it up with this. See, when I look at this, I get, okay, yeah, this isn't the proper layer here. So there's no reason why I can't just move it in. So I think it's just a matter of coordinating it, like so. Yeah, so then that can pop in. I've got to be very careful because I just moved this one out. I got to be very sure to move that one in. Okay, that looks good there. This must come back here, and I didn't destroy anything. Thank goodness. Okay, so this is in. So I'm going to move this into here. Now, how am I going to do that comfortably? Well, if I were to move both of this out like so, and then I do something like a, nope, that's not going to work. Okay. I thought there were more layers here than there actually are. Okay. So this has to come over to here. So I think the best way that I can do this is to move this down like so. Or like right over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two, I'm going to move it out. Okay, and now I've got to coordinate it to where this will pop into here. I got to be careful because I'm dragging this one. This one is in tow. So let's move this down. Let's move this away. And just so that I don't lose what I'm doing, let's just move this back. Boom. Okay, that's back. Okay, still have this over here, which is going to be coordinating with this guy. And that shouldn't be too much of a problem if I move this to here. Well, actually before I do that, let's move this back down. Okay, I'm going to move this down to here. Move it one more. Move this like so. Yeah. Hi, hold on. Just had to separate those layers out here. I'm going on a little merry chase here. This will go here. And I'm going to take this. Still having the same layer. Bring this to here. Bring this to here. Okay, now these can match up with this layer here finally. So I'll move it in, which it is. Okay, now that I've done that, I can take this and wheel it around. I'm going to move this up here so that I can put this into this layer. This thing is now fully assembled, or as fully assembled as I want it for the moment. This will come here, move this up here, and then we're going to bring this right over here. Okay, so all that served the purpose of keeping this intact and putting all these in, and you can see just how nice that looks. So this is good. These are all good over here. And we've actually filled in the last layer here too. I don't know if I meant to do that because I still have layers here to do. I think I did that without meaning to do that, but there it is. I might as well get this layer over here too. This is going to be pure green. I think it's going to be green all the way across as well. So yeah, this is going to be green all the way across. Okay, been searching for a while, and I see this, which was kind of right under my nose. I don't know if it'll work or not, but let me move this out of the way. Let's bring this down. Move this up. And see if this will match. Aha, it does. Okay. That was a lot of searching that I did for a piece that was right in front of me. Anyway, let's see what this looks like. Okay, move this in. Okay, so all the work seemed to pay off. We've got all of these in over here. Now what I could do is I could get this over here as well, kind of gets it out of the way, or I could just start working on these guys, and maybe that's what I'll do. This one should be easy. It's going to be all green, I would say. So this over here, well, no, there's going to be a gradient because you've got this over here. But the rest of this is going to be all green, and this is going to be all light green. So this will be dark green with dark greens over here, and this will be all light greens with light green over here too. So I guess that's what I'll do. Is I'll get all these in, and then I'll get this in over here, and then finish up with these guys here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll fill these in. This is going to be light green and dark green, and I think it's going to be mostly light green, or pretty much equal parts of both. So let's see if I can find that right over here. Let's see how well this fits. And I see this over here too. That might be the second one that goes in there. Okay, so if I move this to here, move this to here, and just to check it out. Oh, actually, no, I think this might go over to here because it's got to be blue on the other side. So let's see. I think it's going to be mostly light green. I think I said blue. Yeah, like right over here, but that's all the way to the end, and I'm not looking for that. Maybe this guy over here. Yeah. So let's move him in. And we're going to take this all the way down here. Where are you? We're right over there. Okay, let's see if it fits, and I think it does. Let me just move it in here to see. And yeah, that fits perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to assume that what I'm going to be putting into here is all light green here and all dark green here. So that makes it easier in that way. So this is going to be one off from this area over here. So let's look for some light greens. Here's some light greens here. Maybe this will suffice. You know, let me see if I can move this even further away from the danger zones here. Because I don't have enough in to really be a worry. So I'm going to go Criss-splat. Okay, so that's good. Now what I notice is this is also in. Now maybe just out of kicks, just for kicks, I should go ahead and put this one in too. maybe I can match all those up. I mean, why stick with just two? So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do more of a partial assembly than just that one layer, just to see if I can't save some time. Okay, so there's this. Maybe this belongs with it. Okay, let's safely move this down. Like that. Oop. Like that, rather. Let's move this guy in. One, two, yeah, perfect. 1, 2. Okay, so I'm just going to break this down into segments like what I'm doing and move this back up. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do this then. I'm going to put all the little green ones here, all the light green ones here, and all the dark green ones over here. So let's see if I can't find just a bunch of dark greens. It should be easier for me to see. Here's a dark green over here. And let's see if I can line this up with another dark green on top of it. So pre-assembling the pre-assemblage. But first let's make sure it works. And I think it does. Okay. So let's see if a dark green can match with this. Somewhere. Okay, not that I can see immediately in front of me. But gotta be one somewhere right over here maybe. Yeah, I think there's a good likelihood. Oh, no, it's in the same layer, so no. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm not sure which one of these actually belongs, so let me be sure of that first. So let's go like this. And just so that I'm not using the wrong one. Okay, so it's going to be this. This is the proper one that's going to go in. This one actually might too. I think I like the way this looks. So yeah, that one's good. Okay, that goes down here. I did bat this out of the way, so let's very quickly move this and bat this one back. Boom. That way nobody needs to get hurt. Okay, let's bring this up. Let's move this across, and now let's bring this down. Okay, I feel like I'm getting a much better feel for the puzzle, so I'm able to move a little faster. So I'm going to start pre-assembling these. Now this will be 4 light greens. This will be 4 dark greens. I think that's what that's going to look like. So that's how that's going to be. So I'm just going to pre-assemble all the light greens here, all the dark greens, and just put them in here and have this whole thing done. Okay, something kind of occurred to me. So you can see I put these green ones in here. I was about to put all the blue ones. And then it kind of occurred to me that I don't know that that's what I want to do, and I'll show you why. So let's say I move this in. So let's see. Let's line this up to where it's supposed to go. And this is going to go right here, right? Nope, right here. Okay, so I move this into here. So that's okay. I move this back. And what occurs to me is that although I like the fact that this is all blue over here, as I move it to here, it's not going to be, green. It's not going to be green that it's running into. So for this is all green because, well, it's all green that we're running into over here. But starting off over here, we're going to be getting into gray territory. So if I move this to here, it seems to me that this color might be turning into gray and less green. That's what I'm thinking, because there's probably a gradient where gray stops and green starts, but this gray is going to continue to come across here. So I'm almost thinking that gray is going to slice into here. So I'm almost thinking that that maybe I shouldn't put all greens in here, that it should be grays. So if I were to hold it here, this is going to be pretty much all green, I'm sure. We're going to have some blues over here, so more than likely, this is going to look something like this. Well, more like this, because this blue is going to slice into here, purple is going to slice across here, and this blue is going to slice across to here. This green is going to, light green is going to come across to here, but I see gray coming through here, so I'm thinking this is probably going to be mostly gray that's here. And then chopping off of the yellow. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to put in all grays and see what happens. Okay, so I've been collecting these dark silvers. I put this one in place here, which I'm thinking should go to where it needs to go here. So let's bat this out of the way. Move this up. And then we bat this back. Boom. Okay, so I got all four here, and I did that so they all four can join here. If I can make that happen, should be able to. Move this into here, and now they should all be able to pop into here. Let's see what that looks like. 1, 2. Okay, good. So that's here, and now what I want to do is move them into place. Move them to here, and let's move them on block to here. Now it is a little bit of a chance. You can see these colors don't seem to correlate much with this, but that's the problem with this puzzle. Is they're not going to do that. They're not going to correlate like that. But I rather suspect, given the chaotic nature, that these will correlate with this. I think this is going to spread down here like that. So this looks a little bit out of place, but I'm thinking, how can this still be green when everything here is turning gray? And there's not a lot of gray aside from what's going to spread over to here. So we're going to see if that's the case. Okay, so all these are done. All these are done. Now what we have is we have these guys over here. And I've got a couple of choices. These are already in, so I can fill this all the way in right up until the very last piece, and I think maybe I'll do that. So this is going to be mostly light green and some dark green, I think. So let me see if I can find them. Let's see, mostly light green and dark green. See if you exist. You? No. Now, when the colors start to run together, I know that's the time I have to take a break. Okay, right over here. It's probably right in front of me. You were probably screaming, "It's right there! What's the matter with you?" Okay, so move this all on into here. Okay, so all these four just need to go into here, but let's move this, the next one in that series, into here as well. So another light green and dark green. Something that will fit into here. Is it right in front of me again? Am I staring right at it? It's going to be hugging the edge. I need an edge-hugging light green, dark green combo. And it's going to be mostly light green, I think, with maybe just a little bit of dark green. Can we see it? Here, no, 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 nope, nope, nope. Look at all these I have to choose from. No, no, no. Aha! Well, I don't know. So I think maybe now's the time to take a break because, no, that's not, okay. Because the colors are starting to run together a little bit. All right, because I'm not seeing it, maybe it's not what I think it is. That's blue, not dark green. And these are filled in. Okay, I'm going to keep hunting around for it because I figure it's got to be here. Unless I need to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit and see if it's a different kind of a color. Well, let's study this for a second here. Where's this going? This is going to be going over here. Okay, so maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's more greens in it. There was one that I saw that had light green and dark green, and the fact of the matter is, it's the only other one, so maybe it's this guy. I don't know that I see that blue is up yet. So, like this guy over here, this does have light green and dark green, and honestly, it's the only one that I see that has that. So let's roll this in here and see how it does. Okay, where to go? One right here. Okay, so we're going to roll this in and just see what it looks like. 1, 2. Okay, I like it. And the reason is because these dark greens all stay together, these light greens stay together, and they kind of come to a head, and then this lighter darker green is here. So I think that's the way to go. Okay, on the side of, now let me get this squared away here. Okay, get this aligned and get this to move. Okay. That's going to be moving in from here. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so this light green is going to go over to here. So what are the 4 over here? Is that going to be dark green? And here's what I suspect. We're running into some blues here, and that blue is cutting across. So if I were to move this in, well, let's move this in conjunction with it. How are we going to do that? Let's move it down like this. Okay, and what if we moved all of these like so? Okay, good. Well, we gotta be careful with that, so no, that's not gonna work. Okay. Let's try moving it up, like this, which gets this out of the way down here. We can move these 2 in like so. And then move this down like so. Okay, that's all fine and well, but I got to put this one in. I got to make sure I didn't cause any troubles. Which I think I did. Okay, hold on. Let me move this out of the way. I think I might have got myself in a little bit of trouble, but let's get it back. Okay, that's fine. We're good. Okay, I need to move 2 greens here. I think I took those out. Let's do this. Let's move this in. Pump this out of the way. Move that back. Bring it back. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So this all got put back in. These are all still fine. I think I had 2 late ones over here, and I think I took them out. So I'm going to put them back in. But before I do that, let me just move this in to get a lay of the land. So this is looking pretty good here. This is going to end up over here. Imagine this is filled in. What's going to happen over here? I think these are greens, but we're starting to get into the blue territory here. So given the fact that this is a blue territory and we're slicing blue, I think these 2 are going to be blue. These are going to be greens, dark greens, and these are going to be blues. And that's what I'm going to get. Light blue here, green over here. Let's get this back in and get this rolling. Okay, so what I did is I filled these in, put what I hope to be sky blue into here. Let's move this over to here. Make sure I didn't take anything out from here, which I don't think I did. Here or here. And I'll put both of these in like so. Okay, so we can see this coming together really nicely. And I got this silver one that does kind of stand out. Let's put this in to the proper centers that we think it's going to be at. This is good over here. I got these blues over here. And now it's a matter of getting this, and then that's it for this layer. So it goes into here. I'm going to say is going to be a pure blue all the way across. So blue, this will be a blue, sky blue, and this is going to be a blue and green, and I think the rest are just going to be greens. So that's what's going to happen here. So I think we're at the point of being pure blue. It's all blue along this side, and then green and blue, and then green. So let's see how this works. First, let's find a layer that takes us far away from both of these places. Let's move this out. Okay, this is too dark of a blue, but basically what I'm looking for is I'm looking just for a sky blue, a very light blue, which hugs the center like this. So maybe this will be good. Okay, we'll carefully move them. To the center that we think that it belongs, and we're going to say does not appear to belong here. Oh, actually, I think maybe it does. Which means maybe what I can do is move both of these like so. Okay, I'm still trying to visualize this. Okay, move both of these like so. Bring this up. Move them back. Okay, so, oh, I got lucky. I might have been already working on this because this is already in. That was a gift. That was gifted to me. Let me see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, so I did not have to hunt around for this. I believe that that's correct. So maybe I had seen that and was already working on it, or maybe I had it done and I just took it out. Okay, so with this here, I'm going to look for another sky blue here. Let's move this away from our center in an attempt to find a good sky blue over here. How about this? That has potential. Let's move this here. Make sure I'm not doing anything to any sides. Move this up. Move this back. Move this down. Nope. Wrong one. So let's find another one. Maybe there happens to be one somewhere in this layer. How about you? Does it look good? Well, maybe. Oh, but I don't think so. Yep, it's got to get to this side. This is not going to get there. You? The color seems a little dark to me, but maybe. Okay, let's line them up. Move them to here. And hope that I'm not destroying anything in the process. Okay, doesn't look like it. Down and down. Okay. This is definitely too dark. I'm kind of losing my perspective a little bit. Did I take some things out that were in? No, I think I was in the process of it. I think I took a blue out that should have been in here. Yeah, this. Okay, so I'm seeing different gradations of blue. I don't think these two match. I think they match each other, but they don't match this. This one I think is okay, but I'm not so sure anymore. What if I brought these two up? Nope. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of doing, but I'm going to try to find the proper blues here. Nope. It's an edge hugger. Okay, maybe you. Maybe I saw this one already. Okay, perfect. So you can always tell when it definitely fits. So this is good. Didn't destroy anything. Okay, didn't destroy anything. Okay, so this is definitely good. I don't think any of these two are particularly good. Just had to watch that real quick. What do you think? I know it's hard to see. As I look at this, maybe it just seems a little darker than it should. But like I say, I think I'll know it when I see it. Nice sky blue. Are you sky blue? You might be. Let's see if we can't move you into place. Let's move you here. Let's move you here. And let's put you in over here. Okay, yeah, that's definitely the sky blue that we're looking for. Okay, so that's good. I just need this one, and we're good with that portion of it. That's not sky blue. Let's see. How about you? Right over there. Okay, are we far from the other centers? Yeah. Okay, let's see what you've got to say for yourself. These two are possibilities. Okay, let's not lose track of where we are. Up, where do we go? We're putting this one in. It was a blue one. It's right over here. Okay. Got it. These look not quite right. Yeah, not quite right. So I'm going to see if I can't find the last of this one. Okay, I think I might have found something, which is this right over here. I just kind of moved that in. Make sure I didn't move anything else out. Okay. And so now we're going to go ahead and move this in just like so. Don't know.
Okay, hold on. Evan!
Move it in just like so. Boom. Okay, so this all looks good. You can see that this is all in. And just so that I don't lose sight of what I'm doing, let's go 1, 2. And so this is going to look like, well, this didn't exactly look the way that I anticipated, like this. Oh, actually, I think it did. I think I figured these were all going to be blues, and the greens were going to stop here, and these are all going to be greens. Okay, I am 2 more from being done with my second center and calling it a day, and these are going to be green. And it's going to be, looks like a darker green. This is dark green. So hopefully that'll take to the eyes pretty well. So close, but so far. Here's some dark greens over here. And maybe I don't have to hunt quite so much for the kind of dark green, because how many more dark green sides are we going to have? Okay, so this whole thing can move. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move this guy over here. And the dark green can maybe find its way right here. Yeah, okay, so that's good. Didn't kill anything there. Now I'm just looking for a tiny little double green over here. Is it right in front of me? Can I easily find it? Here is a tiny double green right here. But I don't think it's the right one. Okay, this is the dark green, but this is a light green, so that's not correct. But there is one right here. No, that's blue, not green. So tiny, tiny dark greens. I think the biggest challenge of this puzzle is keeping your eyes adjusted. Because these are very small stickers to try to, here we go, to navigate your way around. Bang, splat. Where'd you go? Right over here. Now, will you mercifully be the one? Okay, let's wheel you over. 1. And where'd you go? Here we are. 2. No. Wasn't the one. It's not in the right layer. It needs to be here, but it's over here. So that would be in a totally different place. And again, this is assuming that it is 2 greens. If it's not, then I'm going to be forever looking for something that's not there. Now it would behoove me to know where in the two greens it's going to be. So it's going to be, on the top portion, it's going to be kitty corner to the corner. So I'm going to look at all the corners and see if there's dark greens just right by the corners. That'll help specify my search a little bit. No. Corner here, that's already spoken for. Spoken for. Let me just identify it, then I'll get back to where I was. No. Nothing there. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the corners and just looking at all the pieces right next to it. You have potential. I'm very convinced it must be you. Must be you. Okay. So let's find where we were, because I did let myself lose track just so I can pay attention to other things. It's right over here. Okay, and this is where we want to be. Okay, so to here, maybe up to here, and then maybe, just maybe, if I'm really lucky, down to, down to here. Is it? Yeah, okay, good. So there it is over here, and this may be my triumphant finishing of this side. I move this in, and I believe that's it. So let's take a look. Let's see if we like what we see. Is the color scheme fairly consistent? Well, I see a bunch of greens over here, darker green, lighter green, even lighter green. I see this new face coming up here. This blue is pretty consistent, so it can slice all along here and comes across here as well. If I line these centers up, this can come over to here. This matches along in here. Actually, I think it's supposed to go to here. Because this is where the gray starts to come in. White here, gray, picking up the gray over here. Who knows what this is yet? This is all the same anyway. And this is the light blue that's coming into here with some with some dark blue. If I go here, nope, that doesn't quite match up. So that might juxtapose with this blue here. Okay, so it appears that we have 2 of our centers done, and I've got 10 more to go before edge reduction. But I think at this point I'm going to take a break, let myself recover a little bit, and take it from there. The path, the journey continues.